Oh my god, guys. That is how... Oh my god. That's fucking epic. That was amazing. Everything that we have wanted has happened. They delivered. They fucking delivered. Brian Peterson, Kelly Souders, thank you very much. Tom Welling, you are my hero. Thank you very much. Erica Durance, thank you. Michael Rosenbaum, thank you. John Glover, thank you. Alison Mack, thank you. Annette O'Toole and John Schneider, thank you. Cassidy Freeman, thank you. Greg Beeman, Kevin Fair, all of you, everybody that was involved in this epic, awesome series finale, thank you so much. You have no idea how happy you have made me and pretty much all Smallville fans around the world, but not just Smallville fans, but Superman fans as well. Never have I been so ecstatic and emotional in my entire life over a Superman show. The 10 years wait was worth it, and I can safely say, what a way to finish this series. And didn't I tell you that they would use the Superman theme? And they used it for a good 5 minutes. The opening of the episode, you've got Chloe reading a Smallville comic to a boy, her son. We go back 7 years, and then it's pretty much telling us where we are at the present day. It's the day of the wedding. Clark and Lois. Clark is still wanting to get married to Lois. Lois is telling Clark, no, it's over, we're not going to get married. She still feels that she's grounded Clark, that he can't be the hero that he needs to be to save people in the world. But at the same time, there's Clark saying that he still loves Lois no matter what happens. I've actually written down notes. I'm sorry, I'm just going to have to get my laptop open because I have written down notes. Apocalypse, we even saw Apocalypse. When we saw Apocalypse arrive through space approaching Earth, I was like, oh my god, there it is, there he is, Darkseid's planet. Lois and Clark were talking weddings and the vows and stuff. Well, that comes later on. Granny Goodness meets up with Tess. Granny's saying how she's going to save Tess from the darkness. Clark and Martha Kent, that was quite emotional. Because Martha arrives at the farm, she's in the house, sees all the boxes are packed, and is wondering why is it Clark is moving on and not remembering the past and everything. And Clark is basically telling Martha that, you know, I can't keep hanging on to the past anymore. And you've got Jonathan in the background, you know, his spirit is there, he's always there. And Clark doesn't notice that Jonathan is there, but he even goes to his grave and, you know, is saying his goodbye and everything. Chloe gives Lois Clark's vow. She reads it and realizes what an idiot she is. Oliver, Dessard, Granny Goodness and Godfrey. The gold kryptonite ring, a lot of people have speculated that that was what was going to happen, and pretty much on the wedding itself, eventually when Clark and Lois exchange each other's vows through a door, by the way, then the wedding happens. Jonathan's at the wedding as well. I thought it was great that he was there in spirit again. Martha Kent, how gorgeous was Annette O'Toole looking, by the way? She looks fantastic. So Oliver presents the ring, but then Chloe notices that something's not right, that she knows that the ring that Oliver is presenting isn't the right ring. Just as it's about to go on the Clark's finger, she knocks the ring off, and it's like, everybody get out. And the fight between Clark and Oliver was sweet. As far as I'm concerned, it was sweet. Jonathan eventually, Clark eventually sees the spirit of Jonathan and talks to him in the barn. Martha comes up, and then the three of them hug each other. You know, Clark is aware that Jonathan's there. Martha's obviously not aware that Jonathan's there. But again, all three of them just there, and it was just unbelievable. Tess and Lionel Luthor. We eventually find out that it's Lionel who is going after Tess, because Tess gets kidnapped, and we then realise why Tess has been kidnapped by Lionel. And do you see John Glover's beard? It was big beard he had on, didn't he? But what happened there between Tess and Lionel, it was just realising that the clone of Lex is actually every part of the body is the perfect part of his failed clones that were correct, that were perfect about him, moulded together into this one clone. I thought that was brilliant. I really did think that was brilliant. That was a touch of class, knowing that each bit of the failed clone, there was always something perfect and right about it, but the only thing that he couldn't duplicate, as Lionel told Tess, was the heart. And who better to give him the heart than Tess? But then she puts up a struggle and shoots Lionel, and then that's when Darkseid arrives. So Darkseid did make a deal with Lionel that in order to save Lex, Lionel would have to give up his soul, and he takes over Lionel's body. Wow, that's all I'm going to say. Wow. There's a mention of the anti-life equation as well, as pretty much the whole world. And you see it when Clark does his X-ray vision. He sees the Omega sign on everybody's foreheads. So the darkness has pretty much taken over. But then, the epic moment, Clark and Lex. Lex remembers everything, saying how they've got a destiny together, but it's on different sides. Lois manages to hijack herself onto Air Force One, explains to the Vice President that, you know, of what's going to happen if they hit a nuclear bomb on Apocalypse. They are aware of what's going to happen, but they're going to go ahead with it anyway. But she manages to talk them round in getting the heroes to do their job to save them. But then came the epic moment of one of the epic moments, if not the first epic moment for me. Well, the first one was Clark and Lex, but the second one, Darkseid